The air in Pine Grove was so quiet, it seemed like the neighborhood was taking its breath, waiting for something to break. We moved in on a Thursday, anticipating quiet streets and well-manicured lawns, but by Friday I knew we'd walked into a trap. The HOA bylaws came with our welcome basket thicker than a phone book. My pickup was a violation of aesthetics, and Patricia, the president of the HOA, had already tagged us as trouble. She swept onto our porch that morning, Khaki's crisp clipboard weaponizing, handing my wife Ellen a loaf of zucchini bread that looked like it could double as a brick. Her smile wasn't welcome, and it was the kind predators flash before they strike. "We're thrilled you chose Pine Grove," she said, her eyes dissecting our porch, noting the flagpole, the rocking chair. Everything. My son Ryan stood beside me. Silent arms crossed his sheriff's instincts, already ticking later when we were unloading. He mentioned, "Did you notice the camera in her porch light turns every 8 minutes?" I blinked. "You caught that in one visit." "She wants people to know she's watching," he replied. Ellen laughed, but I did not. Ryan was correct. Patricia was not only a control freak. She was a predator who didn't want to be seen the next morning. A citation was stuck to our mailbox trash cans, visible from the curb. We hadn't even unpacked them across the street. Patricia watered her lawn, waving with a smile that shouted checkmate. I gritted my teeth, but Ryan was already taking apart the HOA charter. "This clause is 2008, he grumbled. "Invalidated by a 2011 county rezoning." He tapped his finger on a line. "This contradicts state setback codes. Half these bylaws are unenforceable." I glared. "You cross-checked this already county database," he said. Closing the binder, she's running a paper empire that wouldn't last a traffic court. That's when Ryan began to watch her. Each morning he sat in his truck with coffee and a notepad, charting her routes, her hesitations, the direction her shoes were aimed at, certain driveways. "You staking out the neighbors?" I asked as I emerged from the grocery store. "Just one," he replied. He saw she stopped by his truck 15 seconds each time, looking inside. "She's not looking," he explained one evening. "She's looking for what I wondered." He didn't answer, but he fitted a motion-activated camera to his truck mirror. Night vision linked to his phone. Paranoia is just rehearsal until it isn't. He told me 3 nights later I couldn't sleep and went out for some air. Ryan was on the porch, phone lit up. She returned. He explained to me, indicating footage. Patricia, 1:43 a.m., in pajamas, barefoot, looking into his truck's window. She bent forward, hand on the glass, whispering, "Still think you're in charge?" My skin crawled. "She's bluffing," I said. "She's testing us," Ryan countered, then pulled a device from our porch light, a signal repeater tied to her network. "She's not just watching, she's listening." I stared, realizing this wasn't about lawn codes, this was about control. And Patricia didn't know she was getting mixed up with a sheriff who never blinked, but Ryan had already discovered something worse under his trucks for Maya tracker wired to report his every move. This wasn't personal any longer, it was war. We expected Patricia to stand down after the video, but she doubled back. A yellow citation arrived at our mailbox, unauthorized construction rolling toolbox. It was in our backyard, out of sight from the street. "She's taunting me," Ryan said, then a laminated notice stapled to our door. "Improper decor elements, mailbox, time-stamped, photographed from her car." "She's stalking," Ryan growled that night. We went to the HOA meeting in a hot rec center, fluorescent lights humming. Patricia sat center stage, clipboard as a scepter, smiling as we walked into the meeting. Drag pet noise, fence heights, until she leaned against the mic. "We need to safeguard." "Pine Grove's tone," she purred. Ryan shot up his hand. "Define tone." She blinked the look. "Feel demeanor of our bylaws, safety, predictability." "Does Clause 12b favor that?" he asked her. Grip on the mic tightened. "That's about accessory structures." "No," Ryan interrupted, calm but razor sharp. "It's 2008, voided by a 2011 county amendment," whisper spread. "I sent a review request to the state compliance office." He added silence. Patricia's smile faltered. "This isn't a courtroom, Sheriff Bennett." She snapped, outing his title. Gasps rippled. I asked a question. Ryan said you answered poorly. She adjourned the meeting, her clipboard trembling outside. A neighbor. "Greg warned us she's vindictive. Last guy who challenged her lost his fence, mailbox, car towed for a fake leak." Ryan leaned in. "Why'd you quit her board?" Greg hesitated. I asked why her backyard cameras point at other houses. Ryan nodded. She knows I'm watching. She doesn't know what I found the next morning. No citations. She's calculating. Ryan said, sipping coffee, 2 missed calls from unknown numbers. Hit my phone timed when Ryan was alone in his truck at 3:21 p.m. Patricia slipped into his unlocked truck and didn't come out. The house seemed too quiet, like the eye of a hurricane. Ryan's truck was parked crooked in the driveway 10 degrees off. Not his usual Ryan. His mirrors were sterile, his parking were precise. Ryan, I called. No answer. The passenger door was ajar, a shadow within it. My phone vibrated, a text from Ryan. Check the porch light code trouble. I saw the light flash twice. His emergency signal. I pulled up the truck feet. Patricia sat in the purse in the passenger seat on her lap, speaking rapidly, one hand close to her bag. Ryan was stone hands on the steering wheel. Just want to talk, she said. You've been disruptive. Uniberly. Where are we going? He asked. A quiet place? She responded. Private land. I knew he'd hit the emergency uplink pinging GPS and audio to dispatch. I called it in. Frank Bennett Sheriff's Office. My son Ryan's been taken by HOA President Patricia Hayes. She's got a gun in his truck. Move now. The feed picked them on a dirt road. Her tapping her fingers nervously. You think I'm stupid, she spat. I know people like you with your badge thinking you're superior. Ryan didn't say anything. You've been spying on me. She said, that porch camera, you figured I wouldn't notice. Why are you afraid? He asked. I'm not. She snapped. You're the danger. You're noisy dog, your dad's flag. Then ominously, the last guy who asked 12B had an accident. Ryan didn't blink. Turn right, she commanded on a dirt road off the map. She made him pull over, toss the keys and excavate with a shovel. What happens when they see the hole? He asked. They won't, she snarled. He excavated, scanning her body language. Claw 12B never came on our lot, he protested. You forged the zoning transfer. She moved closer, gun pointing. You can't make that stick. Sirens wailed. You call for help! She shrieked. No! Ryan replied, I call my father. Her gun trembled, but she was the one who appeared trapped, observing that feed with knowledge. My son had a gun pointed at him was a helplessness I'd never known. The signal cut. Black screen. Ryan had redundancies, but silence screamed louder. I rode with deputies, sirens blaring, tracking his beacon down that road. Patricia's rage boiled. You think I won't do it? She spat. Ryan replied, Please don't. Soft steadied, it shook her. She took a step back, finger flicking. Ryan moved quickly, disarming, twisting her wrist. The gun struck. The ground. She went wild, clawing, shrieking. I fixed this street. I kept you out. Ryan pinned her face to gravel in check. She laughed, maniacal. I'm not the queen, just the rook. They let me run the board, so no one sees the king. Ryan turned cold. You're bluffing. I hope so. She hissed. You kicked the hornets' nest. I arrived, saw Ryan over her gun. Cleared. Is she armed? I asked. He said. Patricia ranted about chess pieces as deputies cuffed her. Ryan turned to me. What if the HOA is just the surface after her arrest? The board distanced itself, but Ryan grew quieter, poring over files in the garage. 17 families moved after her citations. He said, showing me records of sales through one agency flipped by holding companies. She ran them off for who in custody. Patricia was calm, muttering to herself. Ryan confronted her in the interview room. You don't need a lawyer, he asked. Don't need one. She replied, You kidnapped an officer. Is that what we're calling it? You broke regulations. She smiled. You're still standing what you're not, the boss. He stated, her lip curled. Do you think I constructed this alone? The HOA is merely skin they're waiting for. Who he pushed, and you'll notice. She purred. I held the observation table, knuckles white. That's not a confession, I whispered. It's a performance. Ryan disappeared into his office for hours, white bars sprouting names, dates, lot numbers, a box arrayed, no label, just a USB and a note. She wasn't the first. It contained folders from several HOAs, same handwriting, same scams. One photo featured Ryan at a gas station, observed another featured a man behind Patricia at an old meeting, Victor Crane, alias Thomas Reed, boundless to a sealed fraud case. This isn't about property, Ryan whispered. It's about people he rebuilt their network, surgical relentless. I discovered Ellen's former legal box, a tab tagged, "If anything occurs, start here." Her letter to Ryan said, "The HOA isn't about property, it's control they erase resistors. Don't allow them bury you like they attempted me." A map indicated the circled neighborhoods some hours connected to the USB's files. Ellen had traced their routines at her storage facility. We discovered a bunker, boxes of briefs, logs, a 2005 Bluffside case with Patricia as coordinator, Victor as witness. She learned from Ellen Ryan, testified, then pursued. Crane Ryan established a drop of phony permit request to entice their cleaner Ethan Hull cameras, caught him in our shed, ex-military emotionless taking decoy files dusted with UV days. Later, he stalked Ryan at 2:17 a.m. Holt returned. Ryan was prepared, flipping blinding lights. "Your sleeves broadcasting GPS," Ryan said, flinging a file of Holt's activity. "You stalked a sheriff, that's a felony." Holt remained nonplussed. "You think this ends with me?" "No," Ryan said. "I lured you." Holt departed, warning, "You haven't hit the floor yet." Morning showed our yard salted a chemical threat. "They're scared," Ryan said. "We assaulted the county clerk with complaints linking Patricia's forgeries to crane shell companies." Ryan provided a news station, a flash drive, sparking viral coverage tips poured in missing persons, created citations, and anonymously tipped us to a secret HOA meeting. We crashed it. Ryan losing Ellen's charter, "I'm a legacy homeowner," he told, exposing their fraud, falsified liens, illegal sales. "You buried my mother," I told, "but you ran out of time." Ryan demanded resignations, displaying a state bar warning and a petition. "The next drive goes public." He warned. We left the room cracking under our words. Crane's empire unraveled federal raids, struck his Phoenix office cuffs on his team. Ryan delivered the evidence himself in residence. We unpacked Ellen's last box. Her charter marked, "They won't outlive a family that keeps records." We replanted the lawn, Ryan laying sod like restoring her legacy. "It's strong now," he said. I whispered to Ellen, "You were right." A state letter lauded Ryan's case as a model for training on the porch. He repeated her words, "Don't fight, fair fight better." The HOA broke up. Patricia locked up. Crane pleaded out, "We took back our name, Bennett. No more shadows, just dirt and truth."